A hero. That's what you once were. You stood boldly against the shadow and purchased another dawn for the world with your life. But the evil you fought is not so easily banished. The victory you claimed, not so easily held. For now, the specter of death looms above the world yet again, and it has found new champions to bring about its final reign. Knights of darkness, wielding runes of death and destruction, bound by the will of the Lich King. This is the hour of their ascension. This is the hour of your dark rebirth.
Your will is not your own.
In service of the Lich King. All that I am, anger, cruelty, vengeance, I bestow upon you, my chosen knight. I have granted you immortality so that you may herald in a new, dark age for the Scourge. Gaze now upon the lands below us. The Scarlet Crusade scurries to undo my work, while Light's Hope stands defiantly against us, a blemish upon these plague lands. They must all be shown the price of their defiance. You will become my force of retribution. Where you tread, doom will follow. Go now and claim your destiny, Death Knight. Report to Instructor Rozovius in the heart of Acris.
Bow to your master. Anger, cruelty, vengeance, I bestow upon you, my chosen knight. I have granted you immortality, so that you may herald in a new, dark age for the Scourge. Gaze now upon the lands below us. The Scarlet Crusade scurries to undo my work, while Light's Hope stands defiantly against us, a blemish upon these plague lands. They must all be shown the price of their defiance. You will become my force of retribution. Where you tread, doom will follow. Go now and claim your destiny, Death Knight.
You need something?
You have heard the call of the Lich King, Death Knight. Now is the time to answer your master. The emblazoned rune blade. The single most important piece of equipment to a Death Knight is the rune blade. It is through the rune blade that a Death Knight commands the powers of frost, blood, and the unholy. The rune blade also acts as a vessel to store the Death Knight's runic power. The time has come to create your first rune blade. Search the weapon racks on this floor and locate a battle-worn sword. Once found, take the sword to a nearby rune forge and use it to create a rune blade.
There's work to be done. this.
The rune blade is an extension of your being. A Death Knight cannot battle without a rune blade. Well done, Olga Brukin. You have successfully created your first rune blade weapon. With it you will sow the seeds of chaos and destruction. In your wake will be a bloodied field of battle, littered with the corpses of all that would dare oppose the scourge. Rune forging, preparation for battle. The mark of war is etched indelibly upon your soul, Death Knight. You have learned the dark art of rune forging, and with it you will engrave runes of power upon your weaponry. Preparations for battle must be made. Return to one of the rune forges, here in the heart of Acris, and use the power of rune forging to emblazon your weapon with the rune of power. Return to me when your blade glows with dark energy.
Suffer well. Speak your peace.
Remember these words, Death Knight. The rune forge is a scourge instrument. It exists only in Acris and certain locations in Icecrown. You may only emblazon your weaponry at a rune forge. Return often and emblazon all of your weapons. A Death Knight must be prepared for all that would dare oppose her. The endless hunger. The endless hunger will soon take hold of you, Death Knight. When it does, you will feel pain immeasurable. There is only one remedy for the suffering: the hunger must be sated. I give you the key to your salvation. Chained to the heart of Acris are those deemed unworthy of the Dark Brotherhood. Use the key to free an unworthy initiate. Allow them to equip their gear and battle you for their freedom. Kill and the pain will cease. The endless hunger.
Leave me be. You need something? I will listen, for now.
As expected, my chosen knight has triumphed. You are ready, Olga Brukin. The Eye of Acris. Behold, Acris, the grand citadel of death. It has no equal in this world. Not even the mighty Nakekrimas could withstand a direct assault from the Ebonhold. Looming above the face of the necropolis is the all-seeing Eye of Acris. From it the Master is able to see great distances into the territories held by our enemies. What the Eye sees, the Lich King sees, and now the time has come for you to peer through the Eye. The Lich King has called for you, Olga Brukin. Go now. Suffer well, sister.
Ashes
Report to the Lich
ashes.
King in Ebonhold.
Must end.
The time to spill the blood of our enemies approaches. You must first learn what it is that you seek to destroy, before rushing headlong into battle. It is what separates a Death Knight from a mindless ghoul. I will grant you sight beyond sight, my champion. You will use the Eye of Acris to steal our enemies' secrets. Death comes from on high. Towering above this platform is the Eye of Acris. From it you will call forth a probe that you will then use to analyze Scarlet Crusade fortifications at New Avalon. The Eye has a host of powers that should make the acquisition of this data simple. Use the Eye siphon to analyze the Forge, Town Hall, Hold, and Chapel. The Eye's control mechanisms are located on either side of this platform. Waste no more time, Olga Brucken. The Scourge will have this place. The Lich King commands it.
Go forth and defile these lands. Speak.
They prepare for battle, as expected, but there is something else. I sense an old enemy. An enemy that I destroyed long ago. It matters not. We will send the full might of the Scourge against them before they have a chance to evacuate their homes and put in place their defenses. The might of the Scourge. Listen well, Death Knight, for I give to you the words that will start a war. My final judgment has been passed, death. To all. None shall stand so boldly against the might of the Scourge without reprisal. As you have served me well in your first task, so too shall you serve me in your next task. Take my judgment to High Lord Mograine at the command post of Acris, found on the first floor. Tell him to begin the assault. And when the crusade has been dealt with, we will finish off the Argent Dawn.
Must die.
Horns of war will soon echo across this land, waking the dead and calling forth the Scourge war machine. Woe unto those that would stand in our way. You and your brethren will lead the charge, Olga Brucken. When next I look upon the Scarlet Lands, my sight will be obscured by the legions of Acris. The march upon New Avalon begins now. Report to Scourge Commander Thalanaur. Scourge Commander Thalanaur awaits your arrival at the overhang located directly southeast of our current position. Report to Thalanaur and requisition a Scourge Griffin to deliver you to Death's Breach. Prince Valinar will be waiting for you down below. Suffer well, sister.
You need something?
The war has begun, Death Knight. I shall place you upon my finest griffin and deliver you to Death's Breach. Chaos, death, destruction. You will herald in all of this and more. The Scarlet Harvest. Below Acre stands Death's Breach, the staging point for our assault upon the Scarlet Crusade. You are to ride one of my Scourge Griffins, located on either side of this platform, and report to Prince Valinar. Do as he says and you may live to see these lands fall before us.
We will have our revenge. Yes.
Do you smell it? Valinar sniffs at the air. Fresh meat. The scent of Scarlet Crusader wafts through the air. Valinar salivates. Apologies, Death Knight, I'm sure you're not interested in my choice of fine cuisine. You are here to work. To lead the charge. Yes. I know. The Lich King has told me all that I need to know about you, Olga Brucken. The time for bloodshed is now. If chaos drives, let suffering hold the reins. They make their stand now, outside of Death's Breach, futilely attempting to push us back in hopes of saving their horses, mines, lumber, and citizens. This will be your first lesson in Scourge warfare, terror. Go to the front lines, south of here, and destroy Scarlet Crusaders. Leave their corpses so that we may utilize them for the death march. But most importantly, kill the fleeing villagers. Soldiers dying are an affordance, but villagers. That is what strikes fear into the hearts of man.
Leave me be.
Grand Theft Palomino. How fortuitous it is that the crusade has a stable full of horses a mere stone's throw from this post. Though they guard it tenaciously, an enterprising young Death Knight could break through their defenses and take what is rightfully hers. Once you acquire a horse from the Havenshire stables, return it to me and I will see what can be done about transforming it into a proper death charger. Remember, Olga Brucken, it's only stealing if you're caught. Watch out for that deranged stable master, Keytrick.
Make it quick.
Tonight we dine in Havenshire. The Sky Darkeners are mindless constructs with one purpose, kill. Specifically, they are aiming to kill any man or woman that they see fleeing Havenshire for the safety of New Avalon. We certainly can't allow those cowards to make it to safety and then take up arms against us. There is one slight problem. They use Sorrow Knight arrows for maximum range and damage. Sorrow Knight, however, is a metal only found in Northrend, so supplies are limited. Retrieve those arrows for me and I will reward you handsomely.
Ashes to ashes.
Death's Challenge. Born of the Lich King's victory over Illidan Stormrage in the heart of the Frozen Wastes, Death's Challenge is a rite of passage that all Death Knights must undergo. Seek out other Death Knights of Acris and challenge them to a duel. They must accept and fight until a victor emerges. Go now, Olga Brucken. Victory for the Scourge. Glory to the Lich King.
Yes. Our master's will be done. What? Suffer well. Speak your piece.
You need something?
I will listen, for now.
To the victor goes the glory, Death Knight. Well done. The Lich King looks favorably upon you on this day. Atop the mailbox are several illegible letters and scrolls. Useless. Perhaps you should check inside. Plain letter. To High General Abbe Ndis. New Avalon, Scarlet Lands. News from the North. To High General Abbe Ndis. New Avalon, Scarlet Lands. High General Abbe Ndis. I hope this letter finds you in good health. My name is Donsel Adams, hunter by trade, Scarlet Crusader by blood. I am writing this letter to inform you that I have witnessed a miracle. During a routine purging of heathens in the scourge-infested Plakewood, my party and I were interrupted by a deafening screech coming from the sky. When we looked to the heavens, towards Nakekrimas, our jaws dropped to the floor. I tell you this now, High General, 'twas a sight not to be believed. The dread citadel was moving. Slowly at first and then with a thunderous roar, poof, it was gone. That's right, High General, Nakekrimas is gone. No more. Could it be anything other than a miracle of the light? I say not. May it be that the impure, unkempt barbarians, are judged and sentenced next. Praise be the light. Please let our brothers and sisters know of this miracle, High General. May the light preserve you for all eternity so that you may spread the good word until the end of days. Respectfully, D. Adams. The Closer. Musings of the High General. Purify the body with labor. Purify the soul with prayer. Purify your enemies with fire. Pain is not an enemy, but an ally to be embraced, held close, and delivered to unbeliever and believer alike. Resistance to the ways of the light is a sign of impurity, and should be excised from the flesh of the community.
Kill them all. Do not hesitate. Mercy is for the weak. Mercy is for the weak. Finish it. Mercy is for the weak.
Now for the true test. Can you show mastery over an unbound charger and brutally overtake the thing that you desire most? Into the realm of shadows. The horse you stole has been taken to the realm of shadows. It is there that my dark rider will slay the beast and raise it as a death charger. Do you think yourself brave enough to enter the realm of shadows in pursuit of the death charger? If you accept, I will transport you to the shadow world. Once there, Seek out a dark rider in the open fields south of us. To emerge victorious you must slay him, overtake his death charger and return it to Death's Breach. Issue the horseman's call should you succeed. We will take everything from them, Death Knight. You have succeeded where most initiates fail, Olga Brukin. For that you will be rewarded handsomely. Salinar Bose.
Speak your
Do you feel it, Olga Brukin? That sensation is raw power coursing through your body. Such a thing cannot exist for mortals. The front lines are now dismantled. The Geist will finish the job and prepare the grounds for Razovius. We turn our attention now to more tactical targets.
There's work to be done.
What?
The trajectories they are firing at would have most of the arrows land at or near the Havenshire farm, south of us. Well done, Death Knight. You feed the Scourge war machine with your deeds. Ah yes, your reward, as promised.
We are done here.
Make it quick.
Gothic the Harvester. Chaos, Olga Brukin. The crusade is in a frenzy. They have diverted all forces outside of New Avalon to set up a blockade at Light's Point, east of here. They are desperately trying to strip the Havenshire mine of all resources and load the cargo aboard the frigates they have docked on the coast. Let's stir things up a bit, shall we? Gothic the Harvester, Grand Necromancer of the Lich King, has graced us with his presence. He has a gift he'd like to bestow upon the Scarlet Crusade. Seek him out.
We are done here.
Make it quick.
You have fought hard to invade the realm of the Harvester. Wait. Gothic looks at his notes. My apologies, undead. Old habits die hard. Valinar sent you, then. I trust you are somewhat competent. I do have a gift for the Scarlet Dogs. One that is sure to speed up their work in the mines. The gift that keeps on giving. I have come from the frozen heart of Nakekrimus to feast on souls and deliver a vicious thrashing upon our sworn enemies, and I'm all out of souls. This device I am about to give to you is a portable plague spreader. Take it east, to the Havenshire mines, and unleash it near the Scarlet miners working inside. Use it to turn the miners into ghouls and return to me when you have a small army at your side. I have saved a special place for them in the vacuum cleaner of souls.
Suffer well.
Turning the other cheek. The topic of indulgences is a difficult one, but at times in our lives, it becomes a necessary evil. A lapse of judgment, a harsh word too quickly spoken, a punch or kick thrown in anger, all these things are failings of mortal men, and the church must acknowledge that. However, such acknowledgement does not come without a price. For sins of harsh words, a mere handful of silver will cleanse the soul. For sins of physical force, a handful of gold will expurgate the failings of mortal flesh. For those other sins, a full confession and a more generous contribution will be necessary. Punching. Punch to the face, 2 gold. Punch to the groin, 3 gold. Punch in the chest, 1 gold 45 silver. A detailed list of prices and sins continues for pages.
Our master's will.
They
be
now know
done.
that the mines are no longer safe. They will double their efforts in retreating, leaving their backs open to us. An attack of opportunity. Only the Scarlet forces at New Avalon and Lights Point challenge us. The time to attack the Scarlet fleet at Lights Point has come. The diversion at the mine has caused chaos amidst their ranks. They are frantically working to clear the area and return to their ships. The time is ripe. Prince Valinar is seizing this opportunity to finish off the Scarlet fleet. Report to him at once.
We are done here.
You need something?
You have served us well, Death Knight. Few of your brethren have survived our initial attack upon the Scarlet interlopers. You remain as one of the strongest. Prince Valinar nods. East of us, past the Havenshire mine, is the coast, called Lights Point by the Scarlet Crusade. 1,000 soldiers stand between us and their ships. Insurmountable. Hardly the point. Massacre at Lights Point. In their haste the Crusade will make one fatal error, forgetting to check the mine cars. You are to return to Havenshire mine, east of here, and locate the mine car that my minions have planted near the outhouse. Climb inside the mine car and a Scarlet miner will unwittingly see to it that you are placed safely behind enemy lines. Once aboard one of their ships, use the cannons against them. Slaughter them all. Call the Scourge Griffin from the cannon when you are ready to return.
Ashes to us!
The entire Scarlet Fleet wiped out in a matter of minutes. I will receive a commendation from the Lich King for this. All that remains of the Scarlet Crusade now are the denizens of New Avalon. I'll set the fire starters and necromancers upon Havenshire immediately. You will carry my report to the High Lord. Victory at Death's Breach. Prince Valinar hands you a sealed scroll. This is the full report of our victory at Death's Breach. You are to deliver this to High Lord Mograine, inside Acris. I have made sure to include your heroics in the report. Mograine will undoubtedly reward you greatly for this victory, Olga Brucken. Go now.
Suffer well! His eyes are upon you at all times.
I was certain you wouldn't make it back here in one piece, Death Knight. Perhaps there is more to you than I first surmised. High Lord Mograine reads over the report. The entire Scarlet Fleet? High Lord Mograine nods. Such power, Olga Brucken. I have not seen such a display of domination in years. Since my father wielded. High Lord Mograine shakes his head. It's not important. Yes, your commendation, lest I forget. The will of the Lich King. It is the will of the Lich King that drives us onward, Olga Brucken. None are more aware of this than Death Knights. Our very existence is intrinsically tied to his consciousness. Surely you have heard him speak to you, invading your thoughts? Can you hear him now? Perhaps it is too early for you. Mograine closes his eyes and nods to an unseen host. Yes, my lord. It will be done. Olga Brucken, you are to return to Death's Breach and report to Prince Valinar. The Lich King commands it.
Go forth and wreak havoc! We press on!
Havenshire is ours. 1,000 corpses litter the ground, patiently awaiting rebirth. We strike now at our enemy with the awakened strength of the Scourge. The ghouls have already begun their assault upon New Avalon. Our forces have moved in behind them and taken the Crypt of Remembrance. The Crypt of Remembrance. The attacks upon the gates of the last Scarlet Bastion have begun. Our ghouls are wearing the Crusade's front lines down while we labor to fortify our new forward base, the Crypt of Remembrance. Venture south to the crypt, which borders New Avalon, and report to my dear brother, Prince Kale Seth. He will be expecting you. Prepare yourself, Olga Brucken, for you are about to witness the next stage of Scourge warfare, domination. Ride now, Death Knight.
Another time.
Get on with it.
The Plaguebranger's request. Look at this pumpkin patch. Notice anything missing? Of course you don't, because you're a moron. Your brain was probably the first thing to die. Not size. I have been commanded to put together a plague cauldron. You will help me. Directly inside the gate of New Avalon is the inn. Enter the inn and steal an empty cauldron. Then go to the forge, also near the gate, and steal some iron chains. Bring those back to me along with 10 Crusader skulls. Do I need to tell you where to get those too?
We will have... We press on.
Hail, Death Knight. I am the Blood Lord, Kale Seth, ruler of the southeastern reaches of Northrend. The Lich King has sought to utilize my talents in ending this mortal affront to the Scourge. As with all things the Lich King asks of me, I am happy to oblige. Of course, a sea of endless souls to sate my thirst certainly sweeten the deal, don't you think? Nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. Nothing less than total annihilation will suffice, Olga Brucken. To that end, a few hundred mindless ghouls assaulting the front gate of New Avalon will not do. We must infiltrate the inner sanctum and dispose of their officials. They must be shown that no one can escape the Scourge's grasp. Make your way to the New Avalon Town Hall, southwest of here, and assassinate the mayor. Search the building for the New Avalon Registry and bring it to me.
Tomorrow is another day.
Lambs to the slaughter. Most humans would have fled the moment a Scourge necropolis took up residence in their airspace. Not the Scarlet Crusade. I must confess, I rather enjoy our exchanges with the Crusade. Through the years, Scourge battles against them have resulted in several of the most tragic events in human history. Yet here we stand, again, locked in battle. We shan't deny them the pleasures of eternal servitude to the Lich King. Enter New Avalon and fulfill their death wish. Leave no survivors. Have you gathered the materials I requested?
My task is done!
Noth's special brew. The cauldron is ready to begin spewing its foul corruption across the land. Now, Death Knight, a brief lesson in plague cauldrons. The gas that the cauldron emits is deadly to the living, but empowers Scourge. As with all Scourge creations, it feeds off of death and grows stronger the longer it feeds. Take these Crusader skulls and drop them in the cauldron. You will be quite happy with the results.
Suffer well!
The plague cauldron jumps to life when the skulls are placed inside. After a few seconds, some vials of dark liquid flow to the top. The plague cauldron bubbles and churns its toxic brew, spewing a thick gas all around. Do you have more Crusader skulls to place inside?
What?
The registry will tell us many things about the scarlet insects. Seth flips through the pages of the registry. Death rates, births, but most importantly, movement. Look here, Olga Brucken, they have already sent 3 vessels abroad. Let me see here. Where are they headed? Seth mutters something about latitude and longitude under his breath as he calculates the route. What? This is impossible. They sail to North Rend. Beside the coordinates are the words, Crimson Dawn. How to win friends and influence enemies. In my travels across this world I have made several interesting discoveries. For instance, did you know that with the proper amount of encouragement one can extract all the truths that a man dares hide? As luck would have it, I happen to have some encouragement on hand. Seth pulls something out of an ornately jeweled box. These are my persuaders. Equip them and take to the field, Death Knight. Apply the pointy ends to the soldiers of New Avalon. Discover the truth about this Crimson Dawn.
We are done here.
You are quite effective with that blade, Olga Brucken. Perhaps, Lich King permitting, you would be interested in becoming one of my minions? Stratholm is looking for a new mayor.
Make it quick.
An awakening? What nonsense do you speak, girl? What kind of fool would deliver their people into the very heart of the frozen wastes? Perhaps, though, this courier holds the answer. Behind scarlet lines. I have sent Orbaz, Thasarian, and Coltiro behind enemy lines to search for the courier. They have set up a base of operations at the Scarlet Tavern, located at the southern end of New Avalon. The tavern is tucked away behind the two orchards, adjacent to the Chapel of the Crimson Flame. You are to make your way to the tavern and report to Orbaz Bloodbane.
We will
He
have
will
our
update you on their
revenge.
situation. Report to Orbaz Bloodbane at the Scarlet Tavern in New Avalon.
I will listen. For now.
Looks like we'll let anyone into the Dark Order these days. When I was given the gift, things were different. Much different. As to this courier. The path of the righteous crusader. We haven't got a damned clue about when or where this courier is supposed to show up. None of these humans had an answer either. Orbaz points to the scarlet corpses strewn across the floor. I did manage to beat something useful out of the last one. Inside Scarlet Hold they keep a schedule of all patrol routes. I want you to break into the hold and steal the schedule. The hold is the largest building in New Avalon, northeast of here.
We will ravage this land. Make it quick.
Brothers in death. Breaking through the Scarlet Lines was no easy task. We suffered many casualties during the assault and lost one of our best Death Knights, Coltira Deathweaver. I don't know whether he's dead or alive, but I'll be damned if we don't search for him. I last saw him being bound in irons and dragged away to the Scarlet Hold, northeast of here. Tear that keep asunder, Death Knight. Find Coltira.
We are done here.
Priestly preening, be like your betters. 1. Cultivate a fulsome beard, for it conceals the imperfections of the face from the light. 2. Purify your hands in the milk of the mare, that they be soft and supple when handling the offertory. 3. Bathe in the rivers, allowing the glorious natural gifts of the light to cleanse your skin. 4. Replace regularly your holy raiment, that your appearance and odors not offend the servants of the light. 5. Maintain at all times an upright posture, let not fatigue nor sloth curl the spine. The list continues for several more pages of minutiae.
I shall serve.
You were foolish in coming after me. I failed. I should have been left for dead, now 2 of us might be killed. Koltira shakes his head. We are Death Knights of the Scourge. This flies in the face of the Dark Brotherhood's covenants. Thasarian, you blasted fool. Bloody breakout. The alarms have been sounded. The High Inquisitor and his acolytes will be here soon. I'm too badly injured to be of much use, but I'll do what little I can to help. Slay the High Inquisitor and his cronies. Tear off his head and return with it to Thasarian. Vengeance will soothe his savage soul. One more thing, Olga Brukin. If you do manage to survive and make it back to Thasarian, tell him that they're executing prisoners at the chapel. Perhaps he'll send you there to play the hero once more.
We have died so that others may live. You need only ask.
I'll feed this monster's head to the ghouls. Thasarian tosses the head into the back room. Did Koltira make it out? Thasarian pauses. I'm certain he did. Those walls can't hold him. Time for some payback. A cry for vengeance. The cry for vengeance must be heard, Olga Brukin. Commander Plaguefist and a company of Death Knights are on their way to raise the Chapel of the Crimson Flame. If there are any Death Knights imprisoned at the chapel, Plaguefist will get them out. You can still catch up to them if you hurry. The chapel is due west of here.
Another time. You need something?
Orbaz flips through the schedule. These worthless cretins have been busy. Northern patrol routes, southern patrol routes, western patrol routes, eastern patrol routes, but nothing about their couriers' routes. Wait a minute. What's this? It looks like a western patrol route, coming out of western Plaguelands. This patrol will pass through here today. I'm going to need time to plan.
Leave me be. Speak your piece.
They're only flesh and bone, no match for the Scourge. We didn't find any of our brothers, but we did stumble upon something special. A special surprise. We got here, tore the place apart, and headed toward the prison house. We weren't expecting what we found in there, Olga Brukin. Seems the Crusade's been real busy. That whole thing is full of Argent Dawn prisoners. Most of them were already dead by the time we arrived, but a few were still breathing. I was about to go in there and execute the rest of them, but I think you should have the honors. In particular, there's a real feisty Forsaken in there that I think you'll take great pleasure in executing.
There's work to be done. Our master's will be done.
Felt good, didn't it? You're not one of them anymore, Olga Brukin. You're Scourge. You're one of us. Forever. A sort of homecoming. Return to Thasarian at the Scarlet Tavern and let him know that Koltira's cry for vengeance has been answered. The Chapel of the Crimson Flame will be a pile of ashes in a matter of hours. You're one cold-blooded monster, Olga Brukin. I salute you, sister.
Tomorrow is another day. You need something.
Another Scourge victory. These scarlet dogs have nowhere left to run and hide. It's only a matter of time now.
Leave me be. Yes.
Ambush at the Overlook. While you were out burning churches and murdering vermin, I've been busy formulating a plan. The Scarlet Courier is scheduled to pass by the Scarlet Overlook within the hour. The roads by the Overlook are wide open and swarming with Crusaders. Use this makeshift cover to hide at the Overlook and wait for the Scarlet Courier to pass. When he's close enough, strike with all your fury. Cut him down and take his belongings, including his clothes. The Overlook is 200 paces east of here.
Ashes to ashes.
Scarlet Courier's message. Hi General. The armies of Hearthglen and Tyrusfell are less than a day's ride from New Avalon. We ride with the light shining upon our backs and the wind at our heels. Soon the Scourge will have to contend with the full might of the Scarlet Crusade. Light bless you. High Commander Galvar Pureblood.
Make it quick.
You're going to miss the courier and then I'm going to be forced to kill you. By forced I mean I will take great pleasure in ending your life. Hurry up. Orbaz reads the message. The armies of Hearthglen and Tyrusfell will be marching into a massacre. Orbaz smiles. Now for the second part of the plan. You're going to deliver this message right into the hands of High General Abandis. That's what the clothes are for. A meeting with fate. This message must reach Abandis. We do not want to draw their suspicion. They must continue under the assumption that everything is going as they planned. You will don the Scarlet Courier's clothes and with the help of some dark magic, take on the form of the courier. Abandis is at King's Harbor, southeast of the Scarlet Overlook. Drop off the message and get as much information out of her as you can. She will tell us what we need to know about the Crimson Dawn.
There's work to be done.
Hello.
Where have you been? You are 2 hours late. We were about to send a courier out to the High Commander. High General Abandis reads the message. Damn it. The armies of Hearthglen and Tyrusfell must not reach New Avalon. The Scourge will slaughter them all. The Scarlet Onslaught emerges. Listen well, courier. The Scarlet Lands are lost. New Avalon and Havenshire are overrun by Scourge. The specter of death looms overhead and threatens to overtake us at any moment. Return to Galvar with this message. Turn your armies around and prepare your ships for travel to the frozen wastes. When next we meet it will be in Northrend. Give this to Galvar. Abbe Ndis hands you a journal. It will explain everything. The Scarlet Crusade is no more. Long live the Scarlet Onslaught.
Safe travels.
The Path of Redemption. HTML. Body. HTML. Body. P. The voice whispered, "Come to me." From the very beginning I knew that it was the Holy Light speaking to me in dreams. At last. After all of my years of prayers and good deeds, the cleansing of the blight of the unliving from the face of Azeroth. After all of the failures and resurrection /P. P finally, /P. /body. /HTML. HTML. Body. It happened again. Come to me, the light commanded /P. P. This time I woke up freezing, but it wasn't cold in my chambers. I'm going to redouble my efforts. I'll tell the High Abbot tomorrow that I want prayers increased. No more half measures, /P. P. The Holy Light has taken notice of our good work. I can feel it, /P. /body. /HTML.
What?
Orbaz laughs. What is this? Some child's coloring book? Orbaz flips through the journal. What rubbish. This is the Crimson Dawn. They sail to their deaths. Let us turn our focus to the encroaching armies. Scarlet armies approach. We must prepare for the encroaching armies, Olga Brucken. You will take what you have discovered to High Lord Mograine at once. I will open a portal directly to Akris. Step inside and it will transport you. Give High Lord Mograine Avendus' journal as well. Perhaps he'll find it useful.
Tomorrow is another day. We exist only to serve him.
You have become an instrument of doom, Death Knight. We will ravage these approaching armies and raise the dead as our own. The Scarlet Apocalypse. The trap has been sprung, Death Knight. The armies of Heartland and Tyrosfal have arrived, just in time to see their enclave in flames. If they turn back now, they fight us with their backs turned. Mograine shakes his head. No, they have only one option, which has only one outcome, apocalypse. As we speak, they prepare to make one final stand. The Lich King awaits your return, champion. He stands watch below us, at Death's Breach.
By his command.
Leave no survivors. Bow to your master.
You have served me well, Olga Brucken. The mark of the scourge has been burned into these scarlet lands. You have reaped death and destruction for as far as the eye can see and delivered to me the last of the scarlet armies. The Lich King points to the ruins of Havenshire and the burning city of New Avalon. It is now time to finish what you started. An end to all things. You have slaughtered legions beyond number and still your dark heart craves more. Your hunger knows no end, Olga Brukin. The Lich King pauses. There must come an end to all things, Death Knight. The Scarlet
Where
Army
is
will make
your
their
light
final stand
now,
against us. For
Crusaders?
them, there is no escape, no choice. And for this reason they will fight with a ferocity that you have yet to witness. Use this horn to call forth one of my WYRMS. Climb upon its back and command it into battle. With it you will end the Scarlet Crusade.
Slay all who oppose us. Your will is not your own. Come to me, Crusaders. I will remake you.
Kneel, champion. I place this helm upon your head to complete your terrifying visage. Any that dare look upon your dark countenance will know that death comes. Let none stand so boldly against your king so as to face your merciless wrath, Olga Bruken. There remains only one final task. The Lich King looks west. Lights Hope Chapel. The Lich King's command. The Scarlet Enclave is no more. What remains of the crusade will be dealt with in Northrend. We now turn all of our efforts to Lights Hope Chapel. No longer will this affront to your master be allowed to exist. I have issued my final command.
Feast, my
Commander
children.
Kalana
Feast
awaits
upon
your
the
arrival
flesh
with
of the
potential
living.
Go northwest, through the cave, into the noxious glade and take the path leading out of the glade to the mill. Do not fail me, Olga Bruken.
You know what to do.
We press on.
The High Lord and the other Death Knights are preparing to strike. We will squeeze the last remnants of life out of this place. The Light of Dawn. The Argent Dawn stands defiantly against us at Light's Hope Chapel. They dare oppose the Scourge, and for that reason alone they must be destroyed. The mighty armies of the Lich King stand at the ready as the final battle for the Plague Lands approaches. Today we ascend into the immortal realm of Scourge heroes. When you are ready for battle, report to High Lord Darian Mograine. It is the High Lord who will issue the final march orders and command our armies at Light's Hope Chapel.
Another time.
This is not over.
obey or be eliminated. The might of the Scourge will not be challenged! The sky weeps at the glorious devastation of these lands. Soon, Azeroth's futile tears will rain down upon us. Soldiers of the Scourge! Death Knights of Acheros! Minions of the Darkness! Hear the call of the High Lord! Rise! Ours is not to question, only to act. With the blood of the fallen, the Lich King begins. Leave all the ashes and misery in your destructive wake.
Brothers and sisters, the light will prevail!
Without suffering. Power reigns. I cannot strike!
What?
Minions! Minions, come to my aid!
You cannot win, Darian!
What is happening to me?
Bring them before the chapel!
Stand down, Death Knights! We have lost. The light. This place. No hope!
Have you learned nothing, boy? You have become all that your father fought against. Like that coward Arthas, you allowed yourself to be consumed by the darkness, the hate, feeding upon the misery of those you tortured and killed. Your master knows what lies beneath the chapel. It is why he dares not show his face. He sent you and your Death Knights to meet their doom, Darian. What you are feeling right now is the anguish of 1,000 lost souls. Souls that you and your master brought here. The light will tear you apart, Darian.
Save your breath, old man. It might be the last you ever draw.
My son.
Father!
My dear, beautiful boy.
Father, you have returned. You've been gone a long time, Father. I thought...
Nothing could have kept me away from here, Darian. Not from my home and family.
Father, I wish to join you in the war against the undead. I want to fight. I can sit idle no longer.
Darian Mograine, you are barely of age to hold a sword, let alone battle the undead hordes of Lordaeron. I could not bear losing you. Even the thought...
If I die, Father, I would rather it be on my feet, standing in defiance against the undead legions. If I die, let me die with you!
My son, there will come a day when you will command the Ashbringer, and with it, mete out justice across this land. I have no doubt that when that day finally comes, you will bring pride to our people, and that Lordaeron will be a better place because of you. But, my son, that day is not today. Do not forget.
Touching. He's mine now.
You betrayed me. You betrayed us all, monster! Face the might of Mograine!
Pathetic.
You're a damned monster, Arthas!
You were right, Fordring. I did send them in to die. Their lives are meaningless. But yours... How simple it was to draw the great Tyrion Fordring out of hiding. You've left yourself exposed, Paladin. Nothing will save you.
That day is not today. Tyrion!
Arthas!
What is this?
Your end.
Impossible. This is not over. When next we meet, it won't be on holy ground, Paladin.
Rise, Darian, and listen. We have all been witness to a terrible tragedy. The blood of good men has been shed upon this soil. Honorable knights, slain defending their lives, our lives. And while such things can never be forgotten, we must remain vigilant in our cause. The Lich King must answer for what he has done, and must not be allowed to cause further destruction in our world. I make a promise to you now, brothers and sisters. The Lich King will be defeated. On this day, I call for a union. The Argent Dawn and the Order of the Silver Hand will come together as one. We will succeed where so many before us have failed. We will take the fight to Arthas, and we will tear down the walls of Icecrown. The Argent Crusade comes for you, Arthas!
So too do the Knights of the Ebon Blade. Although our kind has no place in your world, we will fight to bring an end to the Lich King. This I vow! The life we had before is meaningless.
There will be no atonement for us, Olga Broken. We are forever damned to walk the earth as monsters. While the Lich King may have loosed his grip upon us, the specters of our past will forever haunt our memories. We must make amends in the only way we know how, death. I ask you now to join me in Acris as a Knight of the Ebon Blade. Together we will destroy the Lich King and end the Scourge. Taking back Acris. The haze has been lifted. I can see as clearly now as the day that I plunged the Ashbringer into my own heart to free my father's cursed soul, my last memory as a free man. We must take back Acris from the scourge if our order is to survive in this new world. I have taught you how to call forth a death gate. The death gate will return you to Acris when you call upon it, Olga Brucken. Use it now and meet me at Acris. The first battle of the Knights of the Ebon Blade is underway. Death to the scourge.
We will scour the living from this world. Obey, or be eliminated.
The Lich King has returned to Northrend, wounded by the Ashbringer, but the second floor still holds the last of his armies. The battle for the Ebon Hold. The Hall of Command has been secured, but the Lich King has left us a little present in the heart of Acris. The Stitched Terror, Patchwork, and a horde of abominations have taken over the second floor. Use the teleporter to get to the second floor and destroy the Scourge forces that remain. Do not engage Patchwork alone. You must fight the monstrosity with other Death Knights of Acris. Go, Olga Brucken. You have my strength to carry you.
His will be done.
What happened to Patch? What happened to Patch?
Ours is not to question, only to act.
Well done, Death Knight. The remaining scourge will be dealt with in short order and the rebuilding process will begin anew. I have but one last task for you.
By his command.
Sorfang's blessing. You are now, and forever will be, a knight of the Ebon Blade, Olga Brucken, but know this, you were once a hero of the Horde. Darien stares at you. This order must establish allies for itself if it is to survive. You must represent the Knights of the Ebon Blade to the Horde. On the platform, southeast of me, is a portal to Orgrimmar. Take this letter, given to me on your behalf by Lord Fordring, and deliver it to High Overlord Sorfang. Use the portal.
The might of the Scourge will not be...
To Sorfang of the Horde. Sorfang. Mighty Sorfang, may the light stay your hand and steady your heart. Hold your judgment upon this fallen champion, if only for a moment, and hear my words. The bearer of this letter is a former hero of the Horde. Though she carries with her the stench of death and the look of the Scourge, she has the soul of a champion. A soul that has only recently been reunited with the body. Olga Brukin represents a new, united front against the Lich King known as the Knights of the Ebon Blade. Yes, Sorfang, Death Knights turned against their former master. They are led by the son of Lord Alexandrus Mograine, the Ashbringer. They seek what we seek, what we all seek, the end of the Scourge. I ask not that you accept Olga Brukin and the Knights of the Ebon Blade into the Horde, but only that you show tolerance. Remember, Sorfang, by blood and honor we all serve. Respectfully. High Lord Tyrion Fordring. P.S. Give Etrig my regards and please inform him that I could use a good orc by my side in North Rend, with your permission, of course.
Speak quickly, and speak the truth.
You bring me a letter, Death Knight? Let me see it. Fordring. Yes, I know him well. If any other man or orc asked me for such a favor I would have killed you where you stood. Fordring, though, is an honored hero among orcs. Very well, Death Knight. We accept you as a member of the Horde, and embrace your order as allies. For the Horde.
Without honor, we have nothing.